Hi everyone. As we begin week 3, there are several things that I'd like to comment on, but I didn't want to make a long announcement, so I thought maybe that I would just chat with you all for a few minutes about some things. First of all, I've made a game so that you can review for the test that's coming up next week, the first test of the semester. I've posted the game, a link for the game, and the session folder for this week. So you should be able to just click on that link, and it should take you to the game. If you play the game, and you should be familiar with all of the material that'll be on the test, and you should do well on the test. So go to the game link, play the game several times, and you should do very well on the test. There have been several questions about the professional development assignment, and several of you have already sent me your professional development assignment. I do need to let you know that I need to have your degree completion plan with that professional development assignment. That is part of the assignment. The degrees, some of the degrees have changed, and I've gone back in and pulled some of those degrees off of the assignment, I hope that's not going to be too confusing for people. The best thing apparently is going to be for you to connect up with a human services advisor and talk with them about what courses are best for you to complete your degree and to transfer into whatever program you want to transfer in. The reason for this is that courses are changing, requirements are changing, degree programs are changing in the bachelor's level courses or schools that many of you are wanting to transfer to. And so that's making some changes in the courses here at Ivy Tech and a lot of the other community colleges that have transfer programs with some of these schools. And so the best thing to do is to talk with a human services advisor and get your transfer program set up with them. They'll be able to help you to do that. Because that's happening, I'm going to delay the due date for this assignment for a week. So it will not be due until September 16th. I've put that on the calendar so that it's reflected there that it won't be due until the 16th of September. And those of you who have already submitted the assignment, if you want to make changes, if you need to make alterations, you are welcome to resubmit your assignment, and I will hold off and not grade those until after the 16th. You need to also know that this is a formal assignment, and so if you have submitted it without a cover page and the information pages that are necessary, this is considered a professional assignment, and so it does need to have that information with it. Even though you are submitting it online, you do need to submit it like a professional assignment. So all of those pieces need to be there in the assignment. If you have questions, let me know, and I will try to answer them. Discussion boards. Your first discussion boards were pretty good ones. Thank you for your participation, and most people got them in on time, which was great. Need to let you know that I am not the one who sets those deadlines. This is a statewide course, and so the Wednesday-Sunday deadline is something that is set for me as a part of the statewide requirement. So that is something that I have to adhere to. So just a reminder that your first posting for your discussion board is always due by 11:59 on Wednesday. And then your responses to your colleagues, to your classmates, are due by 11:59 on Sunday. So be sure that knowing that you have those two different postings that are due, the first one by 11:59 on Wednesday, the second by 11:59 on Sunday night, and that those are due each week in order to get the points for the discussion board. Just one more thought and reminder, please proofread what you submit. This is a discussion that I really like to be able to have face-to-face with my students in the classroom, and it's a little different with students online, but it still is an important one. It is extremely important that you proofread everything that you turn in, and we are picky, and I know that I'm picky about details. Some of you may have read my notes about my time in the field, and starting my 26th year now in this field, and have been involved in a lot of areas of human services, including many areas of direct service, direct care service, hospital work, critical care services, and those kinds of areas where I've had to do patient charting and patient care notes and assessments and that kind of thing. And one of the things that I can tell you is that if you are not precise in your notes, if you're not clear in your notes, that one of the things that can happen is that your client doesn't get care, doesn't get the services that you would like to get for them. Beyond that, then, your organization may not get paid for services, and ultimately you may not get paid. So it is very important that you learn to write clearly and succinctly and precisely in detail, and explain clearly what you are talking about, the thoughts, the ideas that you are trying to convey about the issue that you are describing, and not just give your opinion. Unfortunately, a managed care company, an insurance company, not going to care about your opinion. They want to know why, specifically why, from what you have observed and from clinical detail, why what you are saying is true and is valid. And so that's what we begin looking for in the things that you write. And your discussion board is one of the ways that discipline begins to be developed. So please be sure to proofread your discussion board and make sure that it says what you think that it's saying. There were several times, even in these first discussion boards, where sometimes words were left out of sentences, and so sentences didn't make any sense. So please reread and make sure that your discussion board says what you want it to say. Having said that, a lot of times students will ask for examples of discussion boards, and what do you mean when you say this? And there were a number of students this time who did a really excellent job with discussion boards. So if you would like to take a look, and I'm going to mention several students this time, but in other times I will probably mention other students. I just chose several this time who did a really good job of both posting about the initial discussion board question and then the responses to peers. In responding to peers, the other thing that you need to remember is that when I grade your responses, I'm seeing only your response. I'm not seeing the initial posting. So you're being graded just on your response. So responses like, I totally agree with so-and-so, or I agree 100% with so-and-so, that doesn't really give me anything to grade. So I need to know what you're responding to and why you are agreeing with so-and-so. What's your reasoning for that? So there was, having said that, there are several people that you might go back and look at their postings and their responses and see what they had to say. Heather, Whitney, Amanda Lewis, Laquita, and I hope I'm saying that right, Elizabeth, all good postings. Kyle's posting on advocacy for the homeless was very thorough. It acknowledged both the historical and the contemporary issues in what is certainly a perennial human services issue. So those are just a few of the things that I wanted to chat with you just a little bit about. We're off to a really good start. Hopefully you are lining up your volunteer job shadowing spots. I know I've talked with several of you about where you'd like to go, and hopefully those spots are going to work out, because they're sounding like they'll just be places that will really be ideal for you with what you are maybe wanting to do in the future. We'll do another chat online next Monday evening for those of you who are available and would like to participate in that, from 7 to 8 next Monday night. And I will be making some changes this week in your groups because we have had some people who elected not to be a part of the class right at the beginning, which is always kind of disappointing. People who don't even start out the class with us. And we've added a couple of people. So I will be making some changes in your groups in this next week. So hopefully you are doing well. We have, in case you haven't noticed through the postings, we have a couple of people who are expecting babies just any time now. So hopefully we'll be hearing from them as those little ones arrive, and I will keep you posted about those. So have a good rest of the week, and I will talk with you later. Thanks.